thanks for doing it. I appreciate it.
No worries, man. No worries. Something small.
Cool.
We always enjoy doing it, right? It's always
How
nice
did you
to share our experiences.
how did the band get together like, and what inspired the name Lighthouse?
And good question. We were just around a table at college, right? And we were trying to come up with a name, and somebody just looked at a light bulb, and we were kind of looking something around a family kind of vibe, right? And that word house came up, so we just kind of combined them together and said, "Oh, lighthouse." Not bad, not bad. And we kind of just
Cool.
went for it. It was kind of alright, and as we grew along, it kind of grew on us, and we always kept it. So here we are today.
Cool. How long have you been together?
With the current lineup, I think it's been like 3 or 4 years, right, Jody? Something like that.
three
However, we've
years, three
been
years this summer.
yeah,
Oh,
3 years
cool.
this
Have you
summer.
just sort of done the Malta scene, or have you went elsewhere and played?
It's only the Malta scene until now, but we'd really like to take it out. It would be a
Yeah.
really cool experience.
Has your sound evolved much? What was you say? You've had different members since you started as well, have you? Different
Yeah,
lineup.
we had a couple of different members as we went along. Different priorities from different people, right?
Originally, it started when Mattei himself was very young, so still in college. So by the time, you know, it's been a
Yeah.
while since we all started in the music scene.
Yeah, it's cool. I like the sound he is. It's like there's the song that is it Don't Forget Me? He's posted.
Yep.
I
Yep.
Yes,
like, I
coming
like
out
the sound of
tomorrow.
that. I like the sound of that. It sounds like a decent track. Like,
Nice. Thank you, man. Yeah, we should be
We're
releasing
we're
that
excited
tomorrow.
for it.
Yeah.
We wrote it actually 2 years ago, and it's just been a process because we really wanted to give it the attention. So we went through actually writing it, obviously recording it. We recorded it with a bunch more songs,
yeah,
but we're releasing this one as a single on its own. And then we wanted to give it attention with the music video, which is what we've been teasing. So that
yeah.
should come up a couple of days after the song. So we're launching it tomorrow. We're very excited for it. We're hoping that
Yeah, it
it,
sounds
it,
great. It
it
sounds
gives like a
great.
summer vibe
Yeah, he's on Spotify. So I tried to find he's on Spotify, but it was quite hard finding
tomorrow.
him. Tomorrow. Cool. You'll have to send me the links. Has your sound changed much since you first started, or is it you sort of kept the same sort of vibe?
I think the vibe was always quite similar, but we always evolved, right? Different people come in, different perspectives on and different opinions on music, right? So it always evolves a bit. I think the core fundamental, right, that guitar-driven sound, right, that female voice was always there, right, for us. So
Yeah.
that core was always there.
Does growing up in Malta sort of how does that shape your attitude to music and stuff? Because obviously it's a lot different to the UK.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think growing up in Malta you have a lot of mix of emotions when it comes to music, right? We're a small community, so everybody knows each other, right? Which is
Uh-huh.
something positive, but can be
Yeah.
negative sometimes as well, because then kind of not much changes in the music scene. But at the same time, you have lots of opportunity to kind of play in the big events and stuff, and with a bit more ease than maybe you would at the UK, for example, right, where their concerts are much larger level. There
Yeah.
are much more competition and stuff. So, yeah, I think that's a really, really big impact. However, the music scene in Malta is nice. You get to know a lot of people. People like to help out. So yeah, I love it here, to be honest. But
Yeah.
it'd be
It's
nice
not a
to
bad
see
place to be
exactly.
in a band, is it really?
No, it's not. It's not. And we have beautiful summers to have some fun gigs in summer as well. So it's a nice place to be at that time.
No, I love that. That's great. What's the music scene like in Malta?
It's a mix. We have a couple of bar gigs and pub gigs, right? That we still do. We do have a couple of big festivals in Malta that sometimes we also participate in. But then we also have like there's a huge wedding scene, right? So weddings are there's practically a live band in every single wedding,
Yeah.
right? So there's a lot of people requesting live bands there. But we also have like a couple of cool bars which are outside next to the beach and stuff, and they like to do live music there too in summer, and that's a really really fun thing to do, right? What's
Uh,
nicer than seeing the sunset and listening to a good band with a couple of beers, right?
yeah, defo. I bet the festivals are good as well to do. You say there's
Highly
like
suggested, man.
quite a strong sense of community then with musicians and stuff in Malta. Because obviously
Yeah.
it's not a big place, Malta, is it?
No, it's around
No.
750,000 people, right? So
Yeah,
very very little compared to the other countries, right? But
What
yeah,
is really
there's a
nice
huge community.
in Malta is that like all the musicians tends to know each other and really help each other out, which is really that sense of community is you can feel it. Like you
yeah.
know who's playing, you see a set list of someone, it's like, oh, I know that person, let's go check them out. So it's really nice to
Yeah, that's quite cool. I like that. It must be good getting together as well because you can sort of maybe sort gigs out together and stuff and play little things together and jam together and whatnot.
It's easier said than done sometimes.
Yeah,
Again, because it's we don't have large venues and large pubs where they really can accommodate for multiple bands at the same time setting up and stuff. But whenever it's possible, we always go for it, right? It's always a nice thing to collaborate with other artists.
yeah. What's the best thing about making music out there? I'd say the sunshine if it was me, but
I think it's the satisfaction of sometimes you don't realize how many people actually get to listen to your song and kind of see you playing them live, and they be like, "Oh, I heard the song on Spotify. It's really good, man!" Like, or they see us playing it live, and they're like, "Oh, can I kind of find it on Spotify?" And everybody's so social in Malta, right? So they'll come up to you, they'll ask you things, and for me, that's the best part, right? From seeing people appreciate the hard work you've put in and the hours and the days recording the stuff, getting with new options, and then finally showing what you have, right?
yeah, that's cool. Is there any hidden gems in the motor scene? Any hidden bands or artists you could recommend?
No, plenty, plenty.
it.
There are a
Always.
bunch, man. We can go. I mean, we've got a couple of good ones. We also have a couple of good ones that actually sing in Maltese. They're really famous in Malta.
Yeah,
Um, but there are lots of young musicians. There's Red Electric. There's Relic. There's a bunch of people, right? Lots of people. Maybe some of them don't come to mind now, but I'm sure there are
yeah.
a lot that
You'll have to send me
deserve a
some.
shout. Yeah, for sure.
What's the songwriting process like for you? Have you got like a main songwriter or do you all sort of pitch in?
We all we have a main our other guitarist Sean who tends to like come up with the first idea. So he'll
Yeah,
come to so he'll be like, okay, guys, this is it. What do you think? And then everyone pitches in a bit. But for our latest song, we did decide to meet up like either me and him and then him and someone else. Because sometimes when you put five of us in a room and we all have our different ideas, everyone's really excited and jumping into each other. So we kind of start, we have a riff or sometimes a lyric, we'll do a super skeleton, and everyone goes, okay, this part, let's put this, and someone wants to put in their solo, and
yeah,
someone wants to have their instrument in this part. And then it kind of builds up to what the song gives itself. Like this time we didn't focus on we need to sound like this, which sometimes tends to happen, especially with musicians who are starting out. So like, oh,
yeah,
I want to be this kind of band, let's write this kind of music, and it limits you a bit. You end up sometimes with five songs that sound the same and feel a bit superficial. So this time we said like, listen, even if we write the song, it doesn't sound very lighthouse, and but that's what we came up with. We kind of went with that direction.
do you
And
think?
for this one that's coming out tomorrow, don't forget me. It feels very just having a good time. To literally wrote something all together. So this one is pure lighthouse
Yeah,
sound.
it's got to be better if you're in a band but writing a song as well. It's good to have other opinions, I reckon, than being a solo artist.
Mix of opinions are really really good, and it
Both
shapes the
times.
song to a totally different direction, right? So if I were to write the same song on my own, for sure it'd take a different turn, right? Everyone has their own tastes, their own kind of ambitions, and their own favorite music, right? And their favorite
Yeah.
styles of music. So jamming them all together into one song is gonna create something totally unique, right? So that's the best part about writing it with different people.
I got this from the internet, so it might not be right. But I read that you inspirations of bands like Chili Peppers and Led Zeppelin. Is that right, or is that just internet rubbish?
No, it's pretty right. I mean, we've evolved around during times, right? So there's a little bit of Nothing But Thieves in there, some Paramore,
Nothing but
some.
Thieves,
It's a
great band.
yeah. There's a
That was
mix of
actually my next
people.
question. I was about to ask, is there any other inspirations?
Yeah, man. There's plenty. We actually a group of people who love listening to new stuff, right? Everybody loves listening to new bands, discovering new music. So there's plenty of inspiration, no matter what time you speak to
Yeah,
us.
that was my reason behind this because I think I love listening, finding new bands and new music, and like you don't really get. I think personally, bands and that don't get a fair crack anymore with like their music being put out there. It's a lot harder, ain't it, with Spotify and all these streaming things and stuff to get it out there. So I thought if I can help do a little bit just by doing videos like this, maybe like it helps a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Every little helps, in my opinion, right? This stuff that you're doing is really cool. It gives another platform for small bands or upcoming bands, right? To kind of be heard and maybe get a bit of spotlight, right, from different angles
Yeah.
and different viewers. So it's really cool, man. Honestly, you should keep on doing it.
If you could work with anybody, who's the dream?
Now that's a
I think
question.
we all have our big inspiration. Like if you hear us play, Mattei will have this style of solo. Like for me, currently my biggest inspiration is Paramore.
Oh yeah.
Not just in their music and how their music
Did you
has
say
evolved
Paramore?
in different styles. Okay?
Did you say Paramore? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I love Paramore.
Even in like I get inspiration from how they perform live, and that's a big one. Not just in the music and how it sounds.
Yeah.
Watching their stage presence is a big one for that we mostly do live music. You have to practice what you're gonna do and what you're gonna say, how you're going to perform. Because at the end of the day, yeah, people can listen to music on Spotify. So what's going to make them come and watch you live is stage presence.
Yeah, it's the
And that's where
performance.
we can really learn from going out there and watching artists, big and small.
What's next for the band then? We're gonna get an album and some maybe a tour.
Yeah, so we've got a line of music that we've already recorded, right? And we're releasing it slowly. Don't Forget Me comes out tomorrow, as we just said, and there's like 4 or 3 other singles that should come out a bit afterwards throughout this year as well. We're just wanting to give them a bit of spotlight by releasing them one by one instead of the entire
Yeah,
album at one go. Yeah, and the plan is play as much as possible, have as much fun as possible, and yeah, once our original guitarist Sean is currently studying in the UK for a year on music
get over
production.
here
So
and do
one,
a gig.
yeah,
We'd
we'd
love
love
to
to
come to
get
the
over there. Yeah, and
Yeah.
meet up with Sean, and you never know, maybe we'll manage to find somewhere a nice pub, and maybe do something there, right?
Oh, there's plenty of places you can play. Definitely keep me posted if you do get over here though, because I'd come watch us.
Yeah, man,
Yes.
for sure.
And you have like a personal dream for the band.
My dream, my personal dream is to be able to play my music in a big festival, right? And not necessarily headlining or something, right? But actually getting the experience of playing, I don't
Yeah, just to
know,
be there.
yeah, just to be there, any of these festivals, Pink Pop, Puckle Pop, Rockwerchter, all the rest, right? And I think that's something like lots of people that have never heard you'll be there. Everyone's digging the music, right? Everyone's there to hear new stuff and hear new people, right? I mean, what else do you want? And you showcase your own stuff, right?
Yeah,
Not playing the covers that you might be playing in a pub, right, or something,
yeah.
right? So that's dream for me
Ah,
personally.
brilliant.
we
Well,
love to perform live. So to be able to do that and maybe to someone thinking along to an original would be an
yeah, that
incredible
must
feat.
be a great feeling when once someone gets to know your song and sings along with you. It must be great.
Yes,
Best
definitely. That's
feeling
why this
ever.
one is so catchy, and that's why we've kind of been feeding the chorus out. Like I've had people that I know telling me, "Why am I singing along the song and it's not been released yet?"
Yeah,
That's the
that's
point.
good, isn't it? That's what you need. That's it, really. That was basically it. Like, thanks for doing it. Like, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for reaching out and keep on doing it, man. I think it will be really cool and it really can catch up and catch on to people really, really quickly, man.